Exclusive heads up, Bears fans. There's a power move sitting right under everyone's noses. The kind that flips third and two from prayer to policy. It isn't flashy. It isn't trending on your nephew's For You page. And that's exactly why it wins in November win. Chicago needs leverage, not likes, and there's a name that brings it without asking for a parade. This isn't another, maybe if the stars align in 3. Teams forget math fantasy. This is practical football, the kind that travels to outdoor stadiums and doesn't blink at sleet. Picture a runner who doesn't dance at the line, who treats arm tackles like parking tickets, who pairs good eyes with honest legs. The kind of guy who makes an offensive coordinator relax his shoulders and a defense groan on second down. Here's the deal for today. I'm going to lay out the profile this offense is missing. Why late season Chicago football demands it. What the cost could look like, and how the rotation would shift without blowing up the room. We'll talk scheme fit, red zone efficiency, pass protection sanity, and the exact ripple it sends to a young quarterback who deserves boringly reliable help. You're watching Bears News Fan Report You're Smart. Stubborn corner of the internet. If this sounds like the conversation you've been begging to hear at Hollis Hall, smash a like, tap subscribe, and drop a Run the Rock right in the comments so the algorithm knows. We still value first downs more than fireworks. Let's set the table. Chicago's offense has speed. It has spacing. It has a passing game that looks prettier when the linebackers have to step forward. But when the calendar flips and the wind off the lake reminds everybody this is the NFC North, glamour gives way to grown man downs. That's where this room has been short on certainty. Short yardage has felt like a group chat argument. Too many opinions. Not enough clarity. The line creates a crease. The back hesitates. The pile stops. Or the box is light. The read is clean, and somehow the play still nets 1.5 yards and a side. You can scheme edges and motions all day, but you need a runner who turns gray plays into grayscale gains unsexy, consistent, inevitable. What kind of back fixes that? Downhill, compact frame, low pad level, inside zone patience with duo decisiveness, plus enough balance through contact to make a safety remember a dental appointment. Not a home run chaser, more of a chain mover who treats 4 yards like a daily vitamin. Ball security first, pass pro that doesn't get your QB fitted for a neck brace, and a personality that says, hand me the ball and get out of the way. Money matters, and so does the pick drawer. The front office can't torch capital on a position that churns. The sweet spot is a player on a reasonable contract, team-controlled, productive in a platoon, and available because his team already invested heavily at the top of the depth chart. Translation: buy the undervalued stock, not the shiny IPO. Timing matters too. The schedule is about to tilt into honest weather and honest teams who don't miss tackles. If you want play action to bite, linebackers have to fear the A-gap. If you want your right tackle to stop hearing footsteps, blitzers have to be punished by drive starter runs. And if you want your QB to reach December with legs under him, the 4-minute drill can't be a hostage situation. All right, name time. The profile points to one very specific player, Tyler Allgeier. The idea on the table is Chicago picking up the phone and seeing if Atlanta will talk. He's a power with vision runner stuck behind a superstar. A perfect buy the boring thing that works in December candidate. Not a headline, a solution. Allgeier's calling card is clarity. He sees the first crease, hits it like it owes him rent, and keeps his feet through the mess. He's built like a filing cabinet with acceleration, and he treats contact like a speed bump downshift, then right back to pace. He's not trying to win the homecoming crown. He's trying to break your will 1 4-yard carry at a time. Scheme-wise, he slots right into inside zone duo and gap scheme Chicago already majors in when the weather turns. On duo, he'll trust the double, press the heels of the combo, and strike the first daylight without surrendering depth. On inside zone, he'll press the play side hip of the guard, force the linebacker into a decision, and cut decisively. That decisiveness is what keeps 2nd and 6 from becoming 3rd dash and dash 6. This unlocks the two things coordinators secretly Love, manageable second downs, and believable play action. If linebackers feel the weight of a runner who can churn out four when the box says two, the RPO window widens, the slants look cleaner, and your QB stops living in third and obvious. Nothing helps a pass game like a defense that has to be honest. Pass protection matters more than tweets admit. Allgeier gives you a square, sturdy anchor versus interior cross dogs, and doesn't try to cut every edge rusher like it's a video game. That lets you call deeper developing stuff without saying a prayer. It also turns checkdowns into profit because you'll leak with timing and hands, not panic. Red zone? This is where boring becomes beautiful. Not everything has to be a jet motion to a shovel to a reverse. Sometimes you line up, trust your doubles, and hand the ball to the guy who falls forward like gravity owes him interest. Allgeier lives on the goal line. That patience then punch style survives. Even when everybody knows it's coming, locker room and identity are not throw-ins. Adding a runner who welcomes collisions changes practice tempo and Sunday attitude. Defenses hate 15-play drives more than 60-yard bombs. Chicago football is most Chicago when it's heavy-handed and emotionally draining for the other guy. Allgeier doesn't change the logo. He reminds it what it stands for. Why would Atlanta even listen? They've already backed up the Brinks truck of draft capital for their lead back. Allgeier's value for them is real, but it's also duplicative. If their timeline or injuries elsewhere shift priorities, flipping a valuable RB2 for a pick that fills a different hole can make sense. That doesn't mean cheap. It means a fair number wins the day. Cost and structure. Think mid-round capital with escalators based on usage or performance, not a franchise-shaking package. Chicago keeps the top of its draft intact, adds a proven pro on a reasonable figure, and leaves space to fix something else if December reveals a new leak. That's how you build, not binge. There are risks. Running backs take hits for a living. You're betting on health, on clean integration, on the line continuing to nudge people 2 yards west. But as risks go, this is transparent. You can see the role, you can model the impact, and you can protect yourself contractually. It's not a casino spin. It's buying a snow shovel before the storm. Rotation-wise, nobody needs to get demoted on Instagram Live. Keep your lightning for the edges and the pass game. Let Allgeier handle the gray downs, the 4-minute drill, the short yardage. That splits the wear, sharpens rolls, and gives the staff the ability to call the game they want instead of the game. They have to. Timeline intels. If calls are happening, you'll see little things practice squad elevations at RB for them. Snap count patterns that hint at future planning, beat writers carefully choosing verbs. If something pops, it'll be because both sides decided certainty in the run game is worth more than the mystery of a pick dot if the move lands. Here's how you use it in week 1. Scripted openers feature duo and inside zone to set tone. Play action off those looks by drive 3. Sprinkle a screen to punish over pursuit. And hand him the 2 most important carries of the day. 3rd and 2 at midfield and 1st and goal at the 5. That's where he earns his parking spot. I want to hear you. What's your price? A 4th with a 2027 condition to a 3 if he hits snap counts? A straight 3rd if they eat nothing and we keep our board clean? Would you pack a depth player they need at another spot? Drop your trade packages and the role you give him in week 1 down, distance, formation. We're nerding out today. My personal take. If the numbers stay sane and the medicals sing, Tyler Allgeier is exactly the kind of grown man move that makes Chicago meaner in November and calmer in January. And yes, it's speculation. I'm not announcing a trade. I'm laying out the smartest version of a rumor that actually fits.